During a solemn Sunday Mass at Saint Agnes Parish, a woman approached the altar with a heavy heart, her intention to topple the Virgin Mary statue, a manifestation of her inner turmoil. What followed was an act of divine grace that left the congregation speechless and set her on a path of profound transformation. Before we continue, pause for a moment and reflect with me, and share in the comments. Where are you watching from? And have you ever carried pain so deep that it challenged your faith itself? Your honesty may help someone else feel less alone today. And if stories of faith, redemption, and the Virgin Mary's gentle intercession speak to your heart, please subscribe to this channel. Each story is shared to remind us that even in moments of anger or despair, grace can still break through. Now, let us continue. In the tranquil coastal town of Rhode Island, Saint Agnes Parish stood as a beacon of unwavering faith. Built in 1890 by French-Canadian immigrants, the church's red-bricked exterior and vibrant stained-glass windows bore witness to generations of spiritual devotion. Inside, Father Michael, beloved for his compassion and gentle wisdom, guided his congregation through the familiar rhythm of Sunday Mass, his voice a soothing balm amidst the murmurs of prayer. Positioned to the left of the altar was the statue of the Virgin Mary, a cherished relic gifted by the parish's founders. Carved from pure white marble, it exuded a serene warmth, the blue mantle draped over Mary's shoulders inviting solace to all who gazed upon her. Among the faithful gathered that day was Ana Rodriguez, a 38-year-old teacher carrying the weight of unfulfilled dreams. After a decade of marriage to Miguel, the couple's longing for a child had been met with heartbreak, as repeated miscarriages left Anna's spirit battered and weary. That morning, she entered the church with a soul burdened by grief, her eyes drawn instinctively to the Virgin Mary, a figure she had long turned to for comfort and understanding. As Father Michael intoned the prayers, Anna's mind drifted, her heart wrestling with a storm of emotions. Suddenly, an inexplicable impulse surged through her, a compulsion to destroy the statue, perhaps as a reflection of her own shattered dreams. Yet as Anna's hands touched the cold marble, an unexpected warmth surged through her fingers, arresting her movement. This divine touch marked the inception of a profound healing journey, a pilgrimage of renewal and purpose that she could never have foreseen. To understand this miraculous encounter fully, we must step back to that fateful Sunday morning when Anna first arrived at Saint Agnes Parish. As the warmth surged through Anna's fingers, it spread like a gentle current, flowing upward into her arms and settling into her heart, a heart that had known too much sorrow. She gasped, feeling as though she were enveloped in a serene embrace, one that whispered of promises kept and wounds healed. Her knees buckled, and she found herself kneeling before the statue, tears cascading down her cheeks in a silent benediction. The church, with its high vaulted ceilings and stained glass windows, seemed to draw a collective breath, as if recognizing the sacredness of the moment. Father Michael, who had watched Anna's approach with growing concern, now stood transfixed. He had witnessed countless moments of grace in his years as a priest, but this was something altogether different. It was as if the air around the altar had thickened with holiness, a tangible presence that compelled all to pause. He stepped forward, his voice gentle yet firm. "Anna," he called softly, "are you all right?" Anna blinked, the tears in her eyes refracting the light into a prism of colors. She turned her gaze to Father Michael, her voice barely a whisper. "I don't know what just happened," she admitted, her fingers still resting on the statue's base, unwilling to break the connection. Father Michael approached her slowly, as if moving too quickly might shatter the fragile peace that had descended. Sometimes, he began, in our deepest despair, God reaches out to us in ways we cannot immediately comprehend. It seems you have been touched by such a moment. Anna nodded, though her mind still swirled with confusion and wonder. She looked back at the statue, the serene face of the Virgin Mary now seeming to gaze back at her with compassion and understanding. The impulse to destroy had vanished, replaced by a profound sense of being seen and known. The other parishioners, who had witnessed the scene unfold in hushed awe, now began to stir. Whispers floated through the pews, a mixture of curiosity and reverence. Some crossed themselves, others bowed their heads in silent prayer. The atmosphere was thick with the weight of the inexplicable, a communal recognition that something divine had brushed against their ordinary lives. Father Michael extended his hand to Anna, helping her to her feet. "Let us sit," he suggested, gesturing to a nearby pew. "Perhaps you can tell me what led you to this moment." They settled into the wooden pew, the smooth surface cool against Anna's skin. She took a deep breath, her heart still racing from the encounter. "I don't know where to begin," she confessed, her voice trembling slightly. "I felt so lost, so abandoned." Father Michael nodded, his eyes kind and patient. "Grief can do that," he said gently. "But God has a way of finding us, even in our darkest moments." Anna's gaze drifted to the stained glass window depicting the Annunciation, the vibrant colors catching the morning light. She remembered a time when she had knelt before this very window, her heart full of hope and prayer for the child she longed to hold. "I've always turned to her," Anna murmured, nodding toward the statue of the Virgin Mary. "But after everything, I felt betrayed." Father Michael listened intently, his hands folded in his lap. "It's natural to feel anger and doubt," he replied. "Even Mary, in her great faith, knew sorrow. But she also knew the joy of trusting in God's plan." Anna looked at him, a flicker of understanding in her eyes. "When I touched the statue, it was as if she was telling me that I am not alone." "Exactly," Father Michael agreed, a gentle smile on his lips. "We are never alone. The saints and Mary above, all, walk with us in our struggles. They intercede for us, guide us, and sometimes, as you've experienced, they make their presence known in ways that defy explanation." The morning sun continued to pour through the windows, casting kaleidoscopic patterns on the stone floor. Anna felt a lightness she had not known in years, a lifting of the heavy shadow that had clung to her spirit. She knew her journey was far from over, that the path ahead would still hold challenges and pain. But now she felt a renewed sense of hope, a hope born from the ashes of despair. Father Michael placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder. "Whatever you're facing, Anna, you can find solace and strength in your faith. And remember, your parish family is here for you as well." Anna nodded, grateful for the priest's unwavering support. "Thank you, Father," she said, her voice steadier. "Now, I don't know what comes next, but I feel ready to face it." As they rose from the pew, the congregation began to gather around, offering words of comfort and encouragement. Each voice was a balm to Anna's soul, a reminder of the community that surrounded her with love and prayer. "Let us pray together," Father Michael suggested, leading a prayer for healing and strength. The voices of the parishioners joined in, a chorus of faith that rose to the heavens, echoing off the ancient stones of the church. When the prayer concluded, Anna felt a sense of peace settle over her. She looked once more at the statue of the Virgin Mary, the warmth she had felt earlier still lingering. It was as if a new chapter in her life had begun a chapter marked by grace and the promise of renewal. As the congregation began to disperse, Father Michael stood beside her, his expression thoughtful. "Anna, perhaps this is an invitation," he suggested, "to deepen your relationship with Mary, and through her, with Christ." Anna considered his words, a flicker of determination igniting within her. "Yes," she agreed softly, "perhaps it is." With a final glance at the statue, Anna turned to leave the church, her steps more assured than when she had entered. The sun shone brightly outside, a testament to the light that had found its way into her heart. As she walked down the stone path leading away from Saint Agnes Parish, she knew that the journey ahead would not be easy, but with faith as her compass and the support of her community, she felt ready to embrace whatever lay ahead. The days that followed were filled with moments of reflection and prayer as Anna sought to understand the mystery of that morning. She began to attend Mass more regularly, finding solace in the rituals and the familiar cadence of the prayers. Each visit to the church became a step on her journey of healing, a journey that would lead her to new discoveries about herself, her faith, and the enduring power of love. Anna awoke to the soft light of dawn filtering through her curtains, casting a gentle glow upon the wooden crucifix that hung on her bedroom wall. The events of that morning at Saint Agnes Parish lingered in her mind, a blend of awe and introspection. As she sat up, her fingers instinctively traced the edges of the rosary beads she kept by her bedside, each bead a silent witness to her whispered prayers. The village was stirring to life as she stepped outside, the crisp air carrying with it the scent of dew-kissed earth. Her path led her to the edge of town, where the fields stretched out like a verdant sea. She found a certain peace in these morning walks, where the rhythmic crunch of gravel beneath her feet seemed to echo the steady cadence of her heart. As she walked, Anna reflected on the statue of the Virgin Mary, the way it had remained upright and untouched, defying the laws of nature and human intent. It was a moment that had not only stunned the congregation, but had also sparked a renewed sense of purpose within her. In the days that followed, she found herself drawn to the mysteries of her faith, eager to delve deeper into the stories and teachings that had been a part of her life since childhood. Her friends at Saint Agnes had noticed the change in her. Father Michael, the parish priest, had approached her after Mass one Sunday. His kind eyes seemed to see through the layers of doubt and fear that she had carried for so long. "Anna," he said gently, "I've seen how your heart has opened since that day. It's as if the light of the blessed Mother has touched you in a special way." She nodded, struggling to find the words that could adequately convey the transformation within her. "It's like I was asleep before," she admitted, "and now I've woken up to something profound." Father Michael smiled, the lines on his face deepening with the warmth of his expression. "Faith is a journey, much like life itself. We are always learning, always growing. The key is to remain open to the grace that God bestows upon us." His words stayed with her as she continued to explore her newfound devotion. She began to volunteer more at the parish, helping with the flower arrangements for the altar and assisting in the kitchen during community dinners. Each task, no matter how small, felt like an offering, a way to give back to the community that had embraced her so warmly. One afternoon, as she arranged a bouquet of white lilies in the church, Sister Claire approached her with a thoughtful expression. "Anna," she began, her voice carrying the gentle wisdom of someone who had spent decades in service to others, "I've been thinking about something you might be interested in." Anna paused, curiosity piqued. "What is it, sister?" "The diocese is organizing a pilgrimage to Lourdes next month," Sister Claire explained. It's a place where many have experienced healing and renewal. I thought it might be a meaningful journey for you. The idea of a pilgrimage had never crossed Anna's mind, yet the thought of visiting a site so deeply connected to the miracles of faith stirred something within her. She felt a fluttering in her chest, a sense of being called to something greater. "I'll think about it," Anna replied, though in her heart, she already knew the answer. In the weeks that followed, she prepared for the journey with growing anticipation. The parish community rallied around her, offering support and encouragement. They held a small gathering in her honor, where laughter and shared memories filled the air. As the day of her departure approached, Anna found herself standing before the statue of the Virgin Mary once more. The church was quiet. The only sound was the faint rustle of leaves outside. She knelt, her heart full of gratitude and hope. "Mother Mary," she prayed softly, "thank you for guiding me back to faith. Please bless this journey and help me to see the path that God has laid before me." The morning of the pilgrimage dawned clear and bright. Anna joined a group of fellow pilgrims at the village square, where a bus waited to take them on the first leg of their journey. The air buzzed with excitement and nervous anticipation, as each person carried their own hopes and intentions for the pilgrimage. As the bus traveled across the countryside, Anna watched the landscape change from rolling hills to the majestic peaks of the Pyrenees. Her heart swelled with a mix of emotions: wonder, humility, and a deep sense of connection to something beyond herself. Upon arrival in Lourdes, the sense of sacredness was palpable. Pilgrims from all over the world gathered in the sanctuary, united by their faith and the longing for healing. The air was filled with the sound of different languages, yet all were bound by the universal language of prayer. Anna spent her days immersed in the spirit of the place, attending Mass at the grotto where the Virgin Mary had appeared to Saint Bernadette. She marveled at the devotion of those who came seeking solace. Each candle lit a testament to unwavering faith. One evening, as she sat by the river that wound its way through the town, Anna opened her journal to capture her thoughts. The words flowed effortlessly, a reflection of the peace that had settled within her. "This journey," she wrote, "is not just about seeking miracles, but about finding God in the quiet moments, in the faces of strangers, in the beauty of the world, and in the silence of my own heart." The days passed swiftly, each one bringing new insights and moments of grace. On the final evening, the pilgrims gathered for a candlelit procession, their flickering lights a sea of hope against the night sky. Anna felt the presence of the Virgin Mary so strongly, as if the gentle hand of a mother rested upon her shoulder. As the procession wound its way back to the sanctuary, she knew that the journey of healing would continue. Long after she returned home, her faith had been renewed, her heart opened to the boundless possibilities of God's love. With a heart full of gratitude, Anna boarded the bus back to her village, the memories of Lourdes etched into her soul. She understood now that the journey was not an end, but a beginning, a lifelong pilgrimage towards the heart of God. As the bus rolled through the countryside, the familiar landscape of home came into view, and Anna felt a quiet joy settle within her. She knew that the path ahead would have its challenges, but she was ready to face them with courage and faith. Upon her return, Anna found herself drawn to a new calling, one that would deepen her commitment to her faith and her community. The journey to Lourdes had opened her heart to the beauty of service, and she knew that her next step would be to share the love and grace she had received with those around her. The evening sun cast a gentle glow over the village as Anna stepped off the bus, her heart still resonating with the tranquility of Lourdes. The cobblestone streets, familiar and comforting, seemed to welcome her home with open arms. Yet, Anna knew that her return was not just to the physical place, but to a new chapter of her life, a life of service inspired by her pilgrimage. The church bells tolled softly in the distance, calling the faithful to evening Massachusetts. Anna felt a magnetic pull towards the sanctuary, the place where her journey had first begun. As she walked, the scents of blooming lavender and rosemary from nearby gardens mingled in the cool evening air, reminding her of the sacred oils used in the sacramental rites. Inside the church, the flickering candles cast a warm glow across the pews. The familiar faces of her community were gathered in prayer, their voices rising in a harmonious hymn that filled the space with a profound sense of peace. Anna slipped into a pew near the front, her heart swelling with gratitude for the shared faith that bound them all together. Father Michael, the parish priest, stepped up to the pulpit, his eyes twinkling with the wisdom and kindness that had guided Anna through many of life's storms. As he delivered his homily, his words seemed to reach into the deepest corners of her soul. "My dear brothers and sisters," Father Michael began, his voice rich with sincerity, "we are called not only to receive the grace of God, but to be vessels of that grace in our world. Each of us has a unique role to play in the tapestry of God's creation. Our lives are not our own. They are gifts to be shared." Anna felt the words wash over her, each sentence a gentle reminder of the commitments she was ready to embrace. She recalled the moments in Lourdes when the Virgin Mary's presence felt so palpable, urging her to be a beacon of hope and love in her community. After Mass, as the congregation began to disperse, Father Michael approached Anna with a knowing smile. "Anna," he said warmly, "it's wonderful to see you back. I've heard about your pilgrimage to Lourdes. How was it?" "It was transformative, Father," Anna replied, her voice filled with reverence. "I feel called to serve in a deeper way. I want to help our parish, to be a part of something greater than myself." Father Michael nodded, his eyes reflecting approval and encouragement. "There's much work to be done, Anna. The food pantry could use more hands, and our youth group is always in need of mentors. Your presence would be a blessing." Anna's heart leapt with excitement at the prospect of becoming more involved. "I would love that, Father. Whatever I can do to help, I'm ready." Over the next few weeks, Anna immersed herself in the life of the parish. She found herself organizing food drives, preparing meals for the needy, and spending time with the children of the youth group, sharing stories of her pilgrimage and the lessons she had learned. Her days were filled with a newfound purpose, each act of service a step closer to the divine. She discovered the joy in small gestures, a warm meal shared with someone in need, a kind word to a struggling child, or a simple prayer offered in silence. Each moment was a reminder of the interconnectedness of all creation and the love that bound them together. One afternoon, while Anna was helping to organize the church's collection of donated clothing, she noticed a young woman standing hesitantly at the entrance of the parish hall. Her eyes were filled with uncertainty, and her clothes were worn and tattered. Anna approached her gently. "Hello, I'm Anna. Can I help you with something?" The woman hesitated, her gaze dropping to the floor. I heard there might be some clothes available. I've fallen on hard times, and..." Anna smiled warmly, extending her hand. "Of course. We have plenty of clothing. Please, come in. There's no need to feel embarrassed. We're all here to help one another." As they sorted through the donations together, Anna learned that the woman's name was Maria, and she had been struggling to make ends meet after losing her job. Maria's story was a testament to the resilience and strength that Anna had witnessed in so many others. Yet it was also a reminder of the vulnerability that each person carried. "Thank you," Maria said softly as she gathered a few items. "I didn't know where else to turn." Anna placed a reassuring hand on Maria's shoulder. "You're not alone, Maria. We're here for you. If you ever need someone to talk to, or if there's anything else you need, don't hesitate to reach out." Maria nodded, her eyes glistening with gratitude. "I will. Thank you, Anna." As Maria left, Anna felt a warmth spread through her chest, a confirmation that she was exactly where she was meant to be. The Virgin Mary's call to service echoed in her heart, urging her to continue spreading love and compassion wherever she went. One evening, as Anna sat in quiet reflection before the statue of the Virgin Mary in the church, she felt a deep sense of peace. The statue, a symbol of unwavering faith and grace, seemed to watch over her with gentle eyes, a reminder of the journey that had brought her here. Anna closed her eyes, offering a silent prayer of thanksgiving. She knew that her path would not always be easy, but she trusted in the divine guidance that had led her this far. Her life, once a solitary journey, was now intertwined with the lives of those she served, a tapestry of love and grace woven through the heart of her community. As she rose to leave, Anna felt a renewed strength within her, a commitment to continue her pilgrimage of service with unwavering faith. She knew that her story was part of a greater narrative, one that would unfold with each act of kindness, each moment of compassion, and each step taken in love. And so, with a heart full of gratitude and a spirit ready to embrace the call to serve, Anna stepped out into the world, ready to be a vessel of God's grace. As the days turned into weeks, Anna's presence in the community became a beacon of hope and inspiration. Her story of transformation and service spread throughout the village, touching the hearts of many. But it was a miraculous event that would soon capture the attention of all, a moment of divine intervention that would reaffirm the faith of the entire community. The sun rose gently over the village, casting a golden hue over the cobblestone streets and awakening the vibrant colors of the gardens that lined the small pathways. The air was filled with the fragrant scent of blooming jasmine and the soft melodies of birds greeting the new day. The village, though small and humble, pulsed with life and a deep sense of community that was both tangible and spiritual. Anna awoke with a sense of anticipation. Today was the feast of the Assumption of the Blessed Virgin Mary, a day that held profound significance for the villagers and for Anna herself. The church bells began to chime, their sonorous echoes calling the faithful to gather in prayerful celebration. As she prepared for Mass, Anna's mind drifted to the events of the past few weeks. Her journey of service had been filled with simple acts of kindness, tending to the sick, comforting the lonely, and sharing food with those in need. Yet, each encounter had been a profound experience of God's love and grace. Arriving at the church, she marveled at the beauty of the simple stone structure, which stood as a testament to the enduring faith of the community. The interior was adorned with flowers and candles, their flickering light casting gentle shadows on the ancient walls. At the front of the church stood a statue of the Virgin Mary, her serene expression a source of comfort and inspiration to all who gazed upon her. As the congregation filled the pews, a sense of reverence enveloped the space. The priest, Father Miguel, began the Mass with a solemn prayer, his voice resonating with a deep, abiding faith. The villagers joined in, their voices rising in a harmonious chorus that filled the church with the sacred sound of devotion. Amid the prayers and hymns, Anna felt a profound peace, a sense of being part of something greater than herself. It was as if the very air was charged with the presence of the divine, a palpable reminder of God's love and mercy. The moment came for the gospel reading, and as Father Miguel read the words of Mary's Magnificat, Anna felt a stirring in her heart, a call to deeper faith and trust. The words of the Blessed Mother resonated within her soul, echoing her own desire to magnify the Lord through her life and service. Suddenly, a commotion erupted from the back of the church. A woman, unknown to most of the villagers, had entered with a troubled expression. Her eyes, filled with a mixture of desperation and determination, were fixed on the statue of the Virgin Mary. As she made her way down the aisle, a murmur of confusion rippled through the congregation. Anna watched, her heart pounding with a mix of concern and curiosity. The woman reached the altar and, with trembling hands, attempted to push the statue. Gasps of shock and disbelief filled the air as several parishioners rushed forward to stop her. "Please stop," Father Miguel called out, his voice firm yet compassionate. "This is a sacred place. What is it you seek?" The woman paused, her hands falling to her sides as tears streamed down her face. "I don't know," she whispered, her voice breaking. I need a miracle." Silence fell over the church, a silence filled with the weight of expectation and prayer. Anna stepped forward, her heart moved by the woman's vulnerability. "Let us pray together," she said gently, reaching out to take the woman's hand. In that moment, a sense of profound calm descended upon the church. The congregation knelt in unison, their hearts united in prayer for the woman who stood before them, a stranger, yet one of their own in the eyes of God. As the prayers rose to heaven, a soft breeze stirred within the church, carrying with it the fragrance of lilies, the flower often associated with Mary. The candles on the altar flickered, their flames dancing as if in response to an unseen presence. And then, as if guided by a divine hand, the statue of the Virgin Mary began to glow with a gentle, luminous light. The congregation watched in awe, their eyes wide with wonder and reverence. The light seemed to envelop the woman, bathing her in a warmth that spoke of healing and hope. Tears of gratitude filled the woman's eyes as she looked at Anna, her expression transformed from one of desperation to one of peace. "Thank you," she whispered, her voice filled with awe. I feel whole." Again, Anna smiled, her heart swelling with joy and humility. "It is not I, but the grace of God," she replied softly, her words a testament to the power of faith and prayer. The miracle in the village was not one of grand spectacle, but of quiet transformation, a moment when the divine touched the human heart, bringing healing and renewed faith. For the villagers, it was a reminder of the presence of God's love in their lives, a love that could be found in the simplest of moments and the humblest of prayers. As the Mass continued, the congregation sang with renewed fervor, their voices echoing through the church and beyond, carrying with them the message of hope and redemption. Anna joined in, her heart overflowing with gratitude for the miracle she had witnessed and for the journey that lay ahead. When the Mass concluded, the villagers gathered outside the church, their faces alight with joy and wonder. The story of the miracle spread quickly, reaching every corner of the village and beyond. It became a testament to the power of faith and community, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, God's light shines through. As Anna walked through the village later that day, she felt a deep sense of connection to the people she had come to love. Her journey of service was far from over, but she knew that with each step, she was part of a greater story, a story of love, faith, and the miraculous grace of God. With the miracle in the village still fresh in her heart, Anna felt a renewed commitment to her calling. The journey of service continued, filled with opportunities to bring hope and healing to those in need. Little did she know, her path would soon lead her to a new challenge, one that would test her faith and courage in unexpected ways. The sun rose with a gentle warmth, casting golden hues over the village as Anna prepared for the day's work. The miracle of the Virgin Mary statue had become the talk of the town, with whispers of awe and reverence rippling through the community. Yet, as Anna reflected in the quiet stillness of her room, she felt the weight of a new calling upon her heart. It was as if the miracle had unlocked a door within her, inviting her to walk through with courage and faith. As she stepped outside, the familiar scent of blooming rosemary filled the air, mingling with the distant sound of church bells. She had always found solace in these simple moments, where nature and divinity seemed to intertwine. Her path led her to the village church, its ancient stone walls a testament to the enduring faith of those who had come before. Inside, the church was a sanctuary of peace. The flickering candles cast a warm glow upon the altar, and the lingering incense added a sacred fragrance to the air. Father Michael, the village priest, was kneeling in prayer before the statue of the Virgin Mary, his lips moving silently in supplication. "Good morning, Father," Anna greeted softly, her voice barely above a whisper. Father Michael looked up, his eyes reflecting a serene wisdom. "Ah, Anna, come join me," he invited, gesturing to the pew beside him. As Anna knelt, she felt a deep sense of humility and gratitude. Here, in this sacred space, she could feel the presence of the divine, an assurance that her journey was guided by a loving hand. "The miracle has touched many hearts," Father Michael said, his voice filled with quiet wonder. "But I sense there is more for you, Anna. God has placed a new challenge upon your path, one that requires both faith and courage." Anna nodded, feeling the truth of his words resonate within her. "I feel it too, Father. I just don't know what it is yet." Father Michael smiled gently. "Trust in God's timing. He will reveal it to you when the moment is right." With those words echoing in her heart, Anna left the church, her mind a tapestry of possibilities. Her steps took her to the edge of the village, where the fields stretched out in verdant splendor. The sight filled her with a sense of purpose, a reminder that her work was woven into the fabric of this land. As she walked, she noticed a figure in the distance, a young girl, her hair a cascade of dark curls, running through the fields with abandon. Despite the girl's apparent joy, Anna sensed an underlying sorrow, an unspoken plea for help. "Hello there," Anna called out, her voice carrying across the gentle breeze. The girl paused, turning her gaze towards Anna. Her eyes were a deep, soulful brown, filled with both curiosity and caution. "Hello," the girl replied, her voice tinged with a hint of shyness. Anna approached slowly, offering a warm smile. "I'm Anna. What's your name?" "Clara," the girl answered, glancing down at the wildflowers she had gathered in her hands. "Those are beautiful," Anna said, nodding towards the bouquet. "Do you like flowers?" Clara nodded, a small smile tugging at her lips. "They make me happy." Anna crouched down to the girl's level, meeting her eyes. "Happiness is a gift from God, Clara. It's important to hold on to it, especially when things seem dark." Clara's smile faded, replaced by a shadow of sadness. "My mama is sick," she confessed, her voice barely a whisper. Anna's heart ached at the vulnerability in Clara's words. "I'm so sorry to hear that. Is there anything I can do to help?" Clara hesitated, her eyes searching Anna's face for sincerity. "Can you pray for her? Mama says prayer can do Miracles. Touched by Clara's faith, Anna nodded. Of course. Let's pray together. As they knelt amidst the wildflowers, Anna took Clara's small hands in her own, bowing her head in earnest prayer. The words flowed from her heart, a plea for divine intervention, a request for strength and healing. Dear Lord, we come before you with humble hearts, asking for your mercy and grace. Please watch over Clara's mother, granting her comfort and healing in her time of need. May your love surround this family and bring them peace. Amen. When they finished, Clara looked up, her eyes shining with newfound hope. Thank you, Anna. Anna smiled, feeling the warmth of God's presence in their shared moment of prayer. Remember, Clara, God is always with us, even when we can't see him. As they parted ways, Anna felt a quiet determination settle within her. The encounter with Clara had illuminated her path, revealing a new purpose to bring hope and healing not only through prayer, but through action. She knew she needed to visit Clara's mother, to offer her support in whatever way she could. With renewed resolve, Anna made her way back to the village, her mind racing with possibilities. She gathered a basket of fresh fruits and herbs, a humble offering of nourishment and care. As she approached Clara's home, she took a deep breath, praying for guidance and courage. The house was small and modest, its walls worn by time and weather. Anna knocked gently, her heart a steady rhythm of anticipation. Clara's mother, Maria, answered the door, her face pale and weary. Despite her obvious fatigue, she greeted Anna with a warm smile, her eyes filled with gratitude. Anna, thank you for coming, Maria said, her voice a soft melody of kindness. Anna stepped inside, feeling the warmth of the family's love envelop her. It's a blessing to be here, Maria. How are you feeling today? Maria shrugged, a gesture of quiet acceptance. Some days are better than others, but I trust in God's plan. Anna reached for Maria's hand, offering a gentle squeeze. I'm here to help in any way I can. Perhaps I can prepare some herbal tea for you. It might help with your strength. Maria nodded, a glimmer of hope in her eyes. That would be lovely, thank you. As Anna moved about the small kitchen, she felt a deep sense of purpose. Each action, each gesture of care, was a prayer in motion, a testament to the power of love and service. The tea was soon ready, its soothing aroma filling the room. As Maria sipped from the cup, Anna sat beside her, listening to the stories of her life, her joys, and her struggles. In those moments, Anna realized the profound impact of simple companionship, the healing power of presence. My daughter speaks of you often, Maria said, her voice tinged with emotion. Clara sees you as a beacon of hope. Anna smiled, her heart full. Clara is a special girl, wise beyond her years. She reminds me of the beauty of faith, even in the face of adversity. As the afternoon light began to wane, Anna prepared to leave, promising to return soon. Remember, Maria, you're not alone. We're all here for you. As a community, as a family. Maria nodded, her eyes shining with gratitude. Thank you, Anna. Your kindness is a blessing. As Anna stepped back into the golden embrace of the setting sun, she felt a profound sense of fulfillment. Her path was clear, illuminated by the light of faith and the call to serve. She knew that her journey was far from over, but with each step, she embraced the challenge with an open heart, trusting in the miraculous grace of God to guide her way. Anna continued to walk the path of service, her heart attuned to the needs of those around her. Each day brought new challenges, but also new opportunities to witness the power of faith and love. As the community rallied together, Their unity became a testament to the strength found in shared purpose and divine guidance. Little did Anna know, the bonds forged in this time of trial would lead to an even greater revelation, one that would forever change the course of their lives. Before you go, pause for a moment and reflect. Did Anna's journey remind you that even our darkest emotions can become the doorway to grace? If this story touched your heart, share your thoughts in the comments. Your words may bring comfort to someone carrying silent pain. If stories of faith restored, mercy revealed, and the Virgin Mary's quiet intercession inspire you, please subscribe to this channel. We share these stories to remind us that no heart is too wounded to be reached by grace. Turn on notifications so you never miss the next story of hope, healing, and divine love. Thank you for watching. May the Virgin Mary wrap you in her peace and lead you gently back to hope, now and always.